Welcome to Tavern Tales Junior, a curated live play 5e Dungeons & Dragons podcast for kids. In Tavern Tales Junior, we'll take a group of kids on a fantastical adventure using a modified 5e rule set. This podcast is created by and for kids, so let's see where they want to take the adventure today.
I'm wondering if you'd go wandering with me through the wilderness and woods to where the winds are blowing free, through the darkness of the night, heading toward the morning light. I wonder if you'd wander with me, and I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets and these neighborhoods, head over the river and through the woods.
Hi, welcome to Tavern Tales Junior, and this is a podcast for kids, and we have two other new characters here.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. And your name is?
Will?
Hi, Will. And who's sitting next to you?
Hi, my name is Savannah. I play the role of DJ Ashardalon.
Perfect. And who's sitting next to you?
Hi, I'm Robin. I play Sasha Kikian. She's a wizard tabaxi, and her alignment is lawfully good.
Perfect. And who's sitting next to you?
Hi, I'm Grace. I am a wood elf bard named Boris Volgriff.
Boris Volgriff?
Yes.
Cool. What does Boris look like?
He is a everyday bard that you'd see in an inn.
Oh, okay. Like a performer.
So-
what does he play? What is his musical instrument?
A harp.
Oh, he's a harpist. Wonderful. We'll get more to Boris in a bit. How old are you, Grace?
I am 13.
13, and this is your first time sitting down at the table for Tavern Tales Junior. All right, we'll come back to Boris in a moment. Who's sitting next to you?
Hi, I am Malcolm.
Who are you playing, Malcolm?
Flammakerpitch.
Flammakerpitch. And what type of character is he? Is he a ranger?
He's a dragonborn.
Oh, he's a dragonborn. And what does he do for a living? Is he a ranger?
Yeah.
And yes, he's a ranger. And does he have any pets? What does he have for a pet?
He has a giant eagle. Eddie the eagle.
Eddie the eagle. That's great. All right.
And Eddie kills bad guys.
Oh, yeah. Eddie's a giant eagle who's very vicious and whatnot.
He can cut people's faces open.
Okay, and of course, I'm Kyle. I'm your dungeon master, and I'm excited to have everyone here today. Before we get into the action of the game, our player who wasn't able to make it today because he's got other obligations, Alex, he's playing Christopher, and he is a member of the Lord's Own, which is Knight Protectors of the city of Fairhaven. Both of your characters, Malcolm and Grace, are members of the Lord's Own. You went to Bardic School, you went to Ranger Academy, and you learned the course of your trade. But after that, you were approached by this group called the Lord's Own, and they asked if you wished to join them because you were such wonderful, charismatic, smart, not so wise, but at least very capable individuals. And these capable individuals are important to protecting the people of the realm. And it's super important that you guys have joined that. You have been sent on a mission with Christopher, the dark elf, to the city of Menzoberranzan. And you've taken one of the entrance points to Menzoberranzan, which is an underground city of the dark elves. It's a diplomacy mission from Fairhaven to Menzoberranzan, asking for assistance in a horrible war that is about to go on. And I'm saying a lot right now, but one thing I'm going to skip to is, Boris, when you were in the city of Fairhaven, you knew this tabaxi character. This tabaxi character was this really nice, wonderful person, a wizard, and you learned some spells and some magic in the same class as this tabaxi character. While you were in class, something happened. What was it that happened that created the friendship between you and this tabaxi?
Well, I punched him in the face accidentally. He said, "Oh, it's fine."
Oh, you punched her in the face. So Sasha, this human bard who was in a helping class that you were like her assistant teacher for, accidentally punched Sasha in the face. What did Sasha do about that?
First of all, she hit me, but as the force came in. It was like 2 inches away. And then I reached up and caught her arm. So it was like close, but not close. To her, it looked like she punched me, but to me, it wasn't a punch.
So after you caught this punch, what did you say to Boris?
It's okay. That happens a lot.
It's nothing new, really.
And Boris and Sasha became fast friends as a result?
Yeah.
And did you guys go do a lot of schooling and whatnot? And Sasha, did you help Boris with Boris's spells?
Yeah.
So he became a better spellcaster as a result? What is something you taught Boris when you're casting spells?
If you want to cast a concentration spell, it relies on you zoning out of your normal active brain and going into a focus mode, being completely unaware of anything other than the spell you want to cast.
Perfect. And Boris, did you make a song for Sasha as a way of saying thank you for having her teach you to better enable you with concentration spells?
I've had many attempts. None of them have worked.
And what was the title? What's the working title of the concentration spell song for Sasha?
Experience tranquility.
Oh, that is so good. I love it. Yes, let's write that song for your character. It is the first song in the list of the... Yes?
I know where that's from.
You know where that's from?
Overwatch a game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Cool. I didn't know that, but either way, you've taken something from somewhere else and you've put it into Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what's important. Now, we have Malcolm, and he is playing Flamma the Red Dragonborn. And Flamma the Red Dragonborn is one of the very few Dragonborns in the Lord's Own, and he happens to know a purple Dragonborn. And that purple Dragonborn became his very good friend when he knew her in the city. What's something you liked about this purple Dragonborn?
That she can breathe lightning.
Is that true? Can you breathe lightning?
Yeah, lightning.
He loves the fact that you can breathe lightning. And what's something that you liked about Flamma? Pick a character trait that you think is something well about Flamma.
A magic crossbow.
I liked that we both had similar weapons because I have a crossbow and he has a magic crossbow.
Did you guys go to crossbow training together? Who won the contest at the end of the crossbow training session?
Maybe me, because I have a magic one.
Maybe it was him because he had a magic one. What do you think, DJ? Did our ranger friend win the crossbow championships?
I'm not sure because he has a magic crossbow, but I've got really good aim with my crossbow.
That's true. You guys are both pretty comparable. But do you know who won the challenge at the end of the day? It was Isaac the Ranger.
Of course.
Of course, Isaac won.
Isaac has this double bow harlot trick.
Oh, cool.
Double bow harlot
trick.
Double bow harlot from Seven Deadly Sins, by the way.
And we have Flash. Flash, you're an eldritch knight, and you cast spells and use weapons, and you have these 2 other friends named Boris the Bard and Flamma the Ranger.
I think I saw one of them before.
Yeah? You've seen them before?
Malcolm's character.
Yeah, Flamma? Where did you see him before?
I think I saw him walking home. I'm like this way.
Oh, you saw him walking home. You see everyone walking home, don't you? You're just spying on everyone as they go to and from.
He's just creeping around.
Yeah, he's a super creepy guy.
He sits in a bush and just makes notes and takes pictures of anyone that walks past this one bush.
You just see like a
really big, bad, disguised berry camera. It's
I only saw a little bit of the other one.
Exactly. So going back to the game itself, we are descending now from the world that we're in right now. We're falling down into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. And from there, we're falling down even further into the world of the Underdark, which is below Faerun itself. And now that we're there, where our characters are, we need to bring Flamma and Boris up to speed. So can anybody tell me what's happening right now when the game begins? Yes, Robin.
We are fighting an Umberhulk.
And Savannah, what is an Umberhulk?
An Umberhulk is this monster that lives in the caves, and if you look at it, you'll start to get confused.
Right, because its eyes are...
Hypnotize?
Yeah, it's got hypnotizing eyes of myriad colors that are crystalline in nature. And the Umberhulk, is it big or is it small?
Big, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Is it big or small, Savannah?
I think it was big.
It's huge. It's a large creature. And does it have natural armor?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got this chitinous armor. It is like insect armor that are all over its body. And it's very, very tough to fight, and it's very, very strong. And how many of these were you fighting, Will?
2.
We were fighting 2, and what happened to the first one?
Died.
Who killed it?
I think it was me.
Everybody killed it, but Christopher laid the final blow and rendered it
But I wasn't
low.
there.
Oh, actually, Flamma, you were there. You didn't know this, but your character was there all along. Both you and Boris were there because you were sent on this mission. And when you arrived in the Underdark, you were staring down a tunnel on one side. And what was on the other side, Savannah?
So on the other side was Sasha, Flash, and I.
Yep. And Georgington.
And Georgington.
Yep. And you were the side of a big cavern, right? How did you get across the big cavern, Robin?
I casted my spell Fly, which allowed, I can cast it twice, so I only casted it once, and I casted it on a DJ.
Right.
And she flew back and forth, picking people up and moving them to the other side.
Then you guys encountered them and you had a conversation because everybody knew Christopher as well. He's the dark elf. He's kind of the leader of your little group. And then we've got another group of 4. So now we have this giant group of 7 people, 7 members of the Lord's Own. And you are making your way to Menzoberranzan. We should bring Flamma and Boris up to speed on what you guys are doing down there because you had to go down there too.
First, we got to this place called Thunder Tree.
We don't need to go that far back because the listeners will be able to catch up to there. What we need to tell them is why you're in the Underdark.
To save this halfling boy, Lucas's his dad and his sister.
Perfect. His dad and the dad's daughter, Arabella, and we still don't know the dad's name, right? And are they with you guys as well?
Yes!
All right, perfect. So there are these 2 people that they're trying to rescue, and they were given directions on how to get to Menzoberranzan, which is where they'll find an exit point to get these people back up to the surface. And you're not that far away from Menzoberranzan, but while you were walking down the tunnel, you saw something. What did you see? Does anybody remember what they saw on the walls?
A thick, glimmery, water-like thing.
Watery shimmer on the walls, and somebody realized that this shimmery glimmer on the walls is actually a telltale sign that the Umberhulks are behind it. Who noticed that?
I think I did because I have nature as one of my skills.
Perfect. And as a result, the Umberhulks didn't surprise the whole entire party of the 7 of you. We are now descending into combat because there is still an Umberhulk that remains to be defeated. And so what I need everyone to do, because it is a new game session, we are going to re-roll initiative to see how you guys are going to roll and to fight this other Umberhulk. And so for those who haven't played before, you need to roll a 20-sided die. That's the big round one. And you're going to roll that, and everybody's tell me what number you get. So Flash, so what happened in the last session, just to be clear before we start initiative, is Sasha helped those 2 people, the farmer and his daughter, across and into safety. And Christopher, after killing the first Umberhulk, has turned to go and protect those 2 people in case any other attacks were to come. So he won't have to be involved in the initiative, and he won't have to worry about trying to kill the Umberhulk. Okay, so let's go with our numbers here. Sasha, what'd you get?
I got a 20.
Holy moly. Flash, what'd you get?
8.
What'd you get, Boris?
19.
Wow, well done. And DJ?
I got 17.
17. And Flamma, what was your number?
18.
18.
We have a lot of deep voices.
The Umberhulks rolled a, and Georgington rolled a. Georgington has a 20. And the Umberhulks are going last. So, How combat works is I'm going to say somebody's name, that person is going to go. I'll also say who's going next, and you guys will get to make start to think about what you're going to do in the initiative order, so that when it comes to your turn, you'll be ready to go right away. If you need help with anything, though, I'll be here to explain or work through what your things are. The most important part is just try to describe the cool thing that your character is going to do in the combat. The first up is Flamma, followed by Sasha. Flamma, what would you like to do?
I will call my eagle.
You'll call Eddie over, and Eddie, how will you call Eddie? Can you say your command word to get Eddie to attack the Umberhulk?
Eddie, attack.
Now, that is a very good attack command. So now you're going to roll your 20-sided die for Eddie's attack, and we're going to see if you hit the Umberhulk. You did. You hit the Umberhulk. Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Dad, he has
I don't
to
know
roll
which
with
one that is.
disadvantage.
You're right. So Eddie the Eagle needs to attack with disadvantage.
I don't know which one.
You're going to roll another
is.
d20 as well. That is
15.
still, yes. So Eddie still has managed to hit. Now roll 1d6. It's a square one. So you did 5 damage to that Underhulk. Good job, Eddie. Eddie soars in, and with his talons, he rakes across the unprotected chitin along the neck ridge of the Umberhulk, and that was your attack. You may also take an attack if you would like, but you have to make a decision. Do you want to risk looking into the eyes of the Umberhulk and being dazed and confused, or do you want to blind your eyes and attack blindly? If you attack blindly, you have to roll 2 of the 20-sided dice and
Attack
take the lower
blindly.
roll. Okay, do it. Roll 2 of those. So grab the other one, which is right here.
11 and 11.
Hit. Are you shooting with your crossbow, or are you hitting with your sword?
Crossbow.
All right, roll your damage with your crossbow. It's the 10-sided die. You remember what those look like?
There it is.
Perfect. Yeah, roll one of those. A 1. A 1. What's the damage on a crossbow? It is 1 plus 7, so you do 8 damage total. So
No. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. You got it. 8 damage total. So into the microphone, tell me, where does your crossbow bolt hit the Umberhulk?
In the eye.
In the eye. It hits him in the corner of the eye and does this amount of damage, and the Umberhulk screams and goes, ah.
Does the eye of the Umberhulk just pop out?
No, it didn't. You didn't do nearly enough damage to pop out the eye of the Umberhulk.
I really want an eye of an.
Well, you can collect one afterwards if they're still intact and nobody else hits more of them. So that was Flamma's turn. It is now Sasha's turn, followed by Boris.
I want to hit the Umberhulk's eye so that the glimmery part of the eye, because I want to say that Sasha knows that Umberhulks have a lid eye,
Okay.
and like the shiny bit isn't just glistening.
Okay.
So they have their eye, and then like over top they have the shiny confusey bit.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And it's like a lid, so you can pop it off, and it's also worth a lot of money.
In order to do that, you cannot attack blindly. You would need to take off your eye covering that you put on last game session, and you would need to leap forward and face the confusion and attack it. Do you think you can do that? Because you need to make a charisma save, which is 1d20.
What if you don't get it? You'll be confused.
And I'm pretty sure someone will try.
If we can be confused, I'll change up the game.
All right, make your charisma saving throw. 1d20. Get to add your charisma bonus to it.
2,
Plus
5.
total. That means that you are now dazed and confused, and you cannot take any more action this turn. So what I'm going to say is you cannot take any reactions until the start of your next turn, and you're going to roll a 8-sided die to determine what you're going to do for the rest of your turn. If you roll a 1 to a 4, you do nothing. If you do a 5 to a 6, you do no action, but you'll use your movement to run away in a random direction. And if you roll a 7 or an 8, you're going to attack a random creature. So roll an 8-sided die.
It could be my eagle.
Maybe, probably not. But yeah, maybe your eagle. All right, roll that d8. Yeah, roll it up. What'd you get?
I got a 1.
A 1. So you do nothing. So you just stand there staring in the eyes of the Umberhulk, and you take no action.
But in my mind, I'm taking.
In your mind, you're taking all of the actions you need in the world. So now it is Boris's turn, followed by Georgington, followed by DJ.
I cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. And what's the insult?
I'm trying to look at it and
Yep.
try to figure out what I can make fun of.
Do you want to see a picture of it? Have you seen an Umberhulk before?
Nope.
All right, let's do that. Everybody else
see
wants
it.
to see the picture too, because you don't remember it from last time? And of course, Malcolm's never seen an Umberhulk. Here it is. Here's an Umberhulk.
I don't see the confusing eyes.
Yeah, its eyes are right there.
I thought he was different colors.
The eyes are different colors, yes, but anyway. So there you go.
You were adopted.
Perfect. Yeah, that's all we needed. Okay, roll your damage. I think it's a save that I have to make. That's a d20 for hitting. Damage is d4 for Vicious Mockery. So I have to make a wisdom saving throw. So just make sure you write that on Vicious Mockery on the front page of your character sheet when you go to do that. And you to tell me what the DC is on that. I think it's a 16. So wisdom saving throw. I'll roll my d20. He fails the wisdom saving throw, so roll your 2d4 damage for Vicious Mockery.
4.
Okay, so the Umberhulk takes 4 damage and now has a disadvantage on its next attack roll. That's very good. Awesome job. Boris, it is now Georgington's turn. He will charge forward blindly and attack it with his mace, trying to do a super... Oh, he rolled 2 19s, guys. He totally crushed it. He does 12 points of damage. And that is Georgington's turn. It is now DJ's turn, followed by Flash.
I think I'm gonna use my crossbow and hit the Umberhulk in the eye.
If you try to hit it in the eye, you have to make that charisma saving throw. So go ahead and roll your charisma saving throw, a 1d20, and you need to get a 15.
No, 4.
Plus 1 is 5. You also are dazed and confused, and you stand there
No, it's only
distracted.
3 people.
You stand there dazed and distractedly, and you lose your turn. But now roll a d8 to see what you do with your turn.
A 5.
A 5? That means you run off in a random direction. Can you roll a d6 to see what direction you run?
5.
Oh, you run back the way you came. Actually, your character is flying. You fly off the way you came, away from combat. It is now Flash's turn.
At least I'm safe.
That's true. You're not getting attacked, but you're not saving the rest of your party, too, with your awesome combat skills. All right, so it's now Flash's turn.
I'm going to use Shocking Grasp.
Your sword, or are you just going to cast the spell?
Sword.
Okay, you're going to use the sword. You're going to do it blindly, right? Or are you going to try to see it to attack it?
Blindly.
All right, roll your 2 d20s and take the lower one.
Because then you won't get confused, because 2 people are already confused.
Whoa! A natural 17 and a natural 18. You definitely hit. You have hit with your Shocking Grasp sword. So now you will now roll 3d6 for your short sword that does Shocking Grasp. 3d6, please. 3 of the square ones.
6, a 5, a 1. 12.
Very good. 12 damage, plus you get to add your strength bonus to that, your dexterity bonus to that, so that is 16 damage total from Flash doing his electrical damage.
Is it my turn?
It is now the Umberhulk's turn, and the Umberhulk will lurch forward towards Flash and attempt to hit it with its claws, but it's disadvantaged on its first attack from the Vicious Mockery, so we'll see if it hits Flash. It misses Flash with its first claw. Its second claw, it tries to hit Boris with it, and his claw lashes out and hits and does 11 points of damage, knocking Boris back 5 feet. It tries to bite, and it opens up its big mandibles that are really razor sharp, and it tries to bite Eddie the Eagle in the air, and it uses its teeth to try to hit it. Here we go. Oh, and it hits Eddie the Eagle, and he does 8 points of damage to Eddie the Eagle. But Eddie the Eagle has like 26 hit points, so he's okay for now. But he does go, "Caw-caw!" and he falls a little bit in the air, but recovers his balance quickly. And that was the Umberhulk's turn. Now it is Flamma's turn, followed by Sasha.
Okay, so I am going to use my fire breath.
Use your fire breath. Brilliant.
On his face and try to make his eye go on fire.
Well, yeah, you can definitely do that. Now, what the flame is, it's just a line, and you know where the creature is, and you know that nobody else is in the way, you hope. With your fire breath, you don't have to see the creature. You just open up your big mouth and say... Perfect. Yeah, you say... and the fire comes out. Is it red in color or is it orange? What color is the fire? It is red fire that comes pouring out of your mouth. And
blue fire is more powerful, though.
It would be when you get higher level. Does it turn to blue fire or does it stay this right now? Okay, perfect. So you're going to you open up your mouth, the fire comes pouring out. And what's great about it is you don't have to make an attack roll and you don't have to look at it. You just close your eyes and open up. And the Umberhulk has to make a save in order to get out of the way of your fire. And he doesn't save. So you get to do, I believe, 2d8 damage to the Umberhulk. And that is the 8-sided ones. These...
I wanted to do my eagle turn, too.
Yeah, you can have your eagle do something as well. In one moment.
I want to make my eagle slash him in the face.
No, I was thinking that your eagle will do this. Do like
it's decent. Sorry.
Does anybody have an animal pet?
Just you.
I'm the only one.
I
shouldn't have chose talking to other animals.
There will be other animals to interact with in the game. Roll those 2 I just gave you there.
I have the spell Find Familiar, so I'm going to be getting a familiar
3 and a 3.
soon.
A 3 and a 3.
Perfect. And what's that add up to?
6.
You guys have rendered the Umberhulk to less than half of its hit points. It is now Eddie the Eagle's turn. You wanted to have Eddie the Eagle slash, so roll 2d20 and take the lower roll, and we'll see if he hits him this time.
10.
10 is not enough for Eddie the Eagle to hit, so he misses. His talons clatter off of the armor of the Umberhulk, and he doesn't hit. It is now Sasha's turn. Sasha, what would you like to do?
Sasha is dazed off, and
You're just staring at her.
but like slowly, piece by piece, she just comes back, I think. Is that realistic? I don't know.
Okay, it is the start of your turn, and you can avert your eyes if you wish to. You were only confused for that brief moment. So do you look away, and your whole turn is for you to do what you would like to at this point?
I try again, because I want to try and get that eye.
Okay, you may attempt again. So make that charisma save, and you need a 15.
If you get that eye, we won't be confused.
I got exactly a 15.
That is you, and plus your charisma bonus, you have succeeded. You may now do your normal attack roll against the creature.
I wanted to pop the eye off.
With what? You're a wizard.
I know.
Summon a spoon.
Summon an ally.
So, what would you like to cast for your spell to do this, or are you going to use your tabaxi claws? What are you going to do?
I was going to try and claw his eye out.
All right, you have to rush forward and try to claw the tabaxi's eye out. This is going to be a tough roll.
I'm going to jump, and then I'm just going to scrape right around just the edge, because you have to get a grip and then pull.
Okay, so wizard tabaxi that you are, your robes flowing, you rush forward. I like all of your color and your actions, so you get advantage on this check. You get to roll 2 d20s because you have advantage on the check. So now you're going to roll both of those dice. You dash forward with the attempt to climb up it and cut out its eyes. What is the higher roll?
4.
The higher roll was a 4?
Yeah.
You trip on your monk robes as you come running in, and you can't make an attack.
I'm not a monk.
You trip on your wizard robes as you run in, and you can't make the attack. You fail. All right, that was Sasha's turn. It is now Boris's turn.
All right. I'm going to attack it with my rapier.
Okay, perfect. Dash forward. Are you going to do it blindly, or are you going to try to look at it when you attack it?
I'm going to go blindly.
All right, roll 2d20. You are disadvantaged on the strike.
26.
Perfect. Now you get to roll your damage.
9.
Excellent. See? So not so bad as you thought.
Yeah.
All right. It is crippled. The Umberhulk tips one way, tips another. It's bleeding heavily. Does anybody remember the color of the blood of the Umberhulk? It was
Blue?
That's correct. Blue blood, this thick ichor, seeps from the wounds that all of you have created and caused this creature. It topples, but it doesn't quite fall yet. It is now DJ's turn.
I'm gonna fly back and be blind while trying to use my greatsword.
All right, you cover your eyes, rip your greatsword free of its moorings. You turn around and you fly straight at the Umberhulk. Roll your to hit with disadvantage.
8.
Plus,
8 plus 7, so 15.
it is not sufficient to hit. You miss. You do get a second attack, though, because you are a fighter, so you may roll them up again.
2.
2 is even worse. You miss again. You just can't find it when your eyes are closed. It's difficult to do. But nonetheless, that was DJ's turn. It is now Georgington's turn. He will also blindly attack it with his mace, and he misses as well, resulting in it now being Flash's turn, followed by the Umberhulk. Flash, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast magic missile.
Excellent. So you have to make a charisma saving check to cast magic missile because you have to look at it. So roll that d20 and see if you can cast the spell. No, you fail. You are distracted and confused for the rest of the round. So now roll a d8 to figure out what your character ends up doing with your turn.
A 9.
No, 6.
No, it's a 9.
All right, you rolled a 6, which is perfectly fine. You run off in a random direction. I'm going to say you headed back the way that DJ went, and start running back the way you came.
No, I went the other way.
Oh, you went towards the farmer and the daughter? Excellent. You dash away that way. Your full movement, and which is pretty considerable. That was Flash's turn. It is now the Umberhulk's turn. And since the Umberhulk cannot attack Flash, the Umberhulk will now attack once Sasha, and will hit Sasha, doing 11 points of damage to Sasha. And then the Umberhulk will attack DJ, since DJ's flying around there.
My armor class is 17.
I hit well over 17. The other attack will attack DJ and hit you as well because it rolled and got a 26. It will try to bite DJ this time, so it does 8 points of damage to DJ. And then the last person it will attack is... who's close enough? I think Boris is close enough, so it will attack Boris with its last action and hit Boris as well. What's your AC, Boris?
17.
I got a 21, so it hits you and does 11 points of damage to you as well.
So you have 6 health.
So you've been hit twice now?
I think I'm gonna say I have 50.
I'm going to say around twice.
Yeah.
Now whose turn is it?
That is the end of the round. It is now going to be Flamma's turn. Flamma the Ranger, what shall you do?
I will heal you.
All right, you're going to heal your friend Boris, your fellow member of the Lord's Own. I do believe you get to roll a d8 plus and then add 3 to that, so roll it up.
7.
Excellent. So you can add 7 hit points back up onto your total, Boris. What do you say to Boris, your friend, as he reels back in pain from the strike of the Umberhulk? What do you say to Boris?
You're welcome.
What are the words of your spell that you say, though?
You're welcome.
I don't know.
You don't know? All right, well, you got to think about that and come up with it next time. That was a really good action, Flamma. Good job saving the day. Your eagle soars and swerves in the air. It is now Sasha's turn, followed by Boris.
I want to try again to scratch the eye out.
All right, make that charisma save. It's such a difficult thing to do. All right, do it up.
You have to get a 15.
Oh.
Or else you're hypnotized.
What'd you get?
5.
5 is not enough. You are hypnotized. Roll your d8 to see what happens to you this time.
6.
A 6 means you just run off in one of the directions. Actually, you run towards you continue to run towards the Umberhulk.
No.
Randomly, you run towards the Umberhulk. It is now Boris's turn.
I'm going to attack it with my rapier again.
Excellent. Blindly.
Blindly.
All right. Roll your 2 d20s and take
This
the lower
is a hard
one.
fight.
It is very hard.
3 and a 19.
I never care about the high one. I only care about the low one on disadvantage, and a 3 is not sufficient. You miss, and your rapier clangs off of its chitinous armor, and you do no damage.
Oh no.
It's still bloodly.
So that was Boris's turn. It is now DJ's turn, followed by Georgington.
I'm gonna try and hit the Umberhulk with my greatsword blindly again.
Okay, do it. Roll your 2d20 for your first attack. And I don't think that hits. So roll again.
They're both 3s.
Yeah, they were.
10.
10 plus.
17.
So that is not sufficient to hit either. You just miss on your second attack. Would you like to do your second wind, I believe it's called, or the other bonus that the warriors get where they get to roll their attacks again?
Yes.
All right, do it up. Roll again.
23.
23 is more than sufficient to hit. You do it. Roll your 2d6 damage and add your strength to it as well with your magical longsword strike. And you did
9.
10 points of damage, right?
But my strength is 4.
And you get to add your magical weapon bonus to that as well, which is +1. So that's why it's 10. Perfect. So that was DJ's third strike. You get a fourth strike because of your the second win or the extra action. I don't remember exactly how it works. But rolling again, you get to... No, miss. With your 2, you have definitely and assuredly missed. So that was DJ's turn. It is now Georgington's turn. He will also attack, missing, and it is now Flash's turn. Flash.
No!
Flash, what shall you do?
Well, sing a sad song.
You'll sing a sad song and do what?
And try to fly somewhere and I will try to... And to let you know, when I'm using my shocking grasp sword, the gems glow.
They do. And when the sword hits, the gems glow goes out. And once you've used up all 6, it's expended for the day. So you have 2 attacks. Make both of your attacks with your shocking grasp sword. And because you only have 3 of those gem colors left. So roll 2 20-sided dice and take the lower one, please.
This one?
Yeah, and one more. You hit! Oh my gosh. All right, roll your damage. You get to roll 3d6 damage. You may end up killing this Umberhulk with this strike. You have done a total of...
15.
That is right. You have done 15 damage. And that was your first strike. Roll again with your... And... That was your turn. We are now on to the Umberhulk's turn.
No.
The Umberhulk will attack Flash again and hit and do 11 points of damage to Flash. He is brutally injured at this point. He reels back. He suffered another tremendous blow, but he's a fighter. He's good at handling those sorts of things.
I better heal you.
Seeing that Flamma is casting heals at it, he will attack Flamma this time, and he will miss with his claws.
Yes!
And then the last time he will try to bite, he will bite Sasha because Sasha ran right at him. So its giant, horribly sharp, serrated mandibles snap at Sasha.
You're gonna kill me.
He misses. Yeah. Sasha is so fortunate and lucky. That was the Umberhulk's turn. We are back to the top of the round. It is Flamma's third turn.
I will heal you, Flash.
Excellent. Roll your 1d8, add 3 to that.
3 plus 3, 6.
You have healed Flash for 6 points of damage. What do you say to Flash?
Heal the damage.
I love it. That's awesome. Good color, buddy. Great job.
And I say, heal the damage back to everybody.
Oh, yeah, he should. All right. That was Flamma's turn. It is now Sasha followed by Boris.
Okay, and so I want that eye. So I snap out, and I just am gonna claw the Umberhulk to get the eye.
All right. Roll your charisma saving throw one more time.
Hopefully you don't get hypnotized.
15.
You did it. You managed to save. So roll your strike with normal ability. You climb up the side and you try to pop out the thing. I'm going to say that this is not a strike. You're trying to attack in a specific way. This is an intelligence check after you manage to jump up to hit it in the right spot. So instead of rolling a strike, you're going to roll an intelligence check.
20
A natural 20?
So that's 24.
The Lord Zone! strike and you hit. So now I'm going to say roll a D12 and I'm going to roll a D8. And if I get lower than you...
I got 11.
Oh, it doesn't matter what I rolled, although I did roll an 8. So you have popped out this covering carapace that protects that glowing eye. And what it is like a lens. And inside is this colorful shooting laser sort of thing that warbles and moves around and causes all that scintillating color to shine across the carapace. And you pop the lens out and it starts to fall from its face. And you know that if it hits the ground, it will shatter into a million pieces.
So I carefully catch it and then put it in a pocket.
Okay, you can't put it in a pocket. It's really huge, but you need to make a dexterity saving throw to try to catch it as it falls. Okay. Not a very tough one, but still have to make a dexterity save.
3, I didn't catch it.
No. 3 plus what's your dexterity? I only needed a 5 total. What's your dexterity?
7.
You totally caught it. Only if you'd rolled a 1 would you have failed. So you have now got it in your hands. That is your turn. You can make a decision about what to do with it in a moment. I'm going to say that action also did damage to the creature. I think it did a D4 damage. So can you roll a D4 for me?
4.
It dies.
I killed the Umberhulk.
As it falls, its eye pops. Sasha's standing on its shoulder. She rides the body down to the ground and it crashes with a resounding thwomp. And all of its limbs fall lifeless to the ground. It lays there in a bleeding heap. And the rest of you breathe a heavy sigh of relief. You have killed the Umberhulk. The other one lies there as well, its blood congealing on the stone floor. And as silence falls upon the battlefield, I need everyone to make a perception check. Roll a d20, please.
I have a 4. I have a 3. 4, 3.
I got a 2.
9. I'm 1 more
16.
than you.
Boris, you're the only one that hears a clacking sound coming from where the farmer and the daughter are. Everyone else is too busy cheering and whooping and swinging their swords or flying around like Eddie the Eagle or flying around like DJ the Dragonborn, and no one hears these strange sounds. And when the farmer and the daughter cry out, everybody else seems to think that they are cheering as well, but it's actually tinged with fear, as though something were going on in the corridor just adjacent to you.
What are you going to tell us?
What do you do?
I'm going to create a loud sound to force everybody to be silenced and tell everybody that there's something going on.
Okay, so you're going to use your... did you take Prestidigitation? The cantrip? What cantrips do you have?
It's not over?
I have Vicious Mockery, Green Flame Blade, and Dancing Lights.
So you could use Dancing Lights to try to get everyone's attention?
Yeah, I'll use Dancing Lights.
I just wanted to say that maybe I don't know how Dancing Lights works, but the Umberhulk eye has tons of colors, right?
Oh, okay.
So bounce color.
So you cast the Dancing Lights. So what you could do is there's 4 of them here, 4 other members. And there's Georgington as well, but he has he's just not part of things. You have the ability to cast 4 Dancing Lights. You could cast one in front of each one of them and then have them bob and come rushing towards you so that their eyes turn to look at you. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, so you cast your Dancing Lights. Suddenly a glowing blob of light appears in front of the 4 of you's faces. And it suddenly, as soon as it appears, it rushes towards Boris, who then does what?
Going to gesture over to where I heard the sounds of fear and going to have everybody progress over there.
Okay.
To check out what's going on.
Excellent. So because you did that and because of what you did, I will give everyone a stealth check advantage on their roll. And so as a result, you will not even need to roll because everyone here, there's so many people that are proficient in stealth, you get advantage. Everyone then sneaks over to where the farmer and the daughter, because Boris seems to have said that something horrible is going on. And you can now hear the farmer and the daughter, Arabella, you hear them talking, but it sounds like it's tinged with fear that something in that other corridor is going on. And when you walk into that corridor, you sneak over there, and there they are surrounded by a group of Driders.
What do Driders look like?
Driders are dark elves from the waist up, and dark elves have these long ears and black skin with either white hair or some colored hair, but the bottom of them is an 8-legged spider, a giant arachnid with 8 legs, and they're all carrying wicked-looking spears and tridents, and they have held Christopher and the other 2 at bay, and they are quietly holding them there while one of them is trying to watch what happens to you guys in facing these Umberhulks. You finished up, they don't realize that it's been done yet, and you sneak over to see these Driders have captured the people you're trying to save. And we'll leave it there until the next adventure.
And I hope Christopher comes next time.
Hooray! I came back in time.
You're wondering if I go wandering with you, what kind of trouble we'll get ourselves into. Would it be wrong to tag along with a band of vagabonds? You wonder if I'd wander with you. So I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets in these neighborhoods, head over the river and through the woods.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales Junior. We'll be back in 1 month with another episode. Our intro and outro music is Through the Woods by the Okie Dokie Brothers. You can find the Okie Dokie Brothers on iTunes at www.okiedokie.org and follow them on Twitter at Okie Dokie Bros. We'd love a review on iTunes, and you can also find us on Twitter at Tavern_Tales. Thanks for listening.
If you'd come wandering my way, if you ever get lost or if the trail leads you astray, the music of the pack can always bring you back. I wonder, can we wander away? And I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets in these neighborhoods, head over the river